So just finding your comfy child's pose variation, whatever that may look like. The knees might be wide, they might be in. The arms are stretched out in front of you. That head is heavy. Start focusing in on the inhales and the exhales. And maybe let the hands come to prayer. Bending the elbows, letting the thumbs go towards the nape of the neck as you set an intention for tonight's class. It might be something you're specifically working on, or maybe you need a little inspiration. So our focus tonight is focusing in on worthiness and knowing that we're worthy of the ultimate happiness, that we deserve it, and we should accept it and not feel guilty about it. So embracing all of that, all that goodness, everything we deserve. Releasing that intention, whatever way feels most natural. Let's go ahead and start that playlist. Walking those hands slightly on over towards the right, framing that right knee. Let that left arm guide itself down. Come to center. Walk those hands to the left. Nice big inhales and exhales. Come back to center. Roll on up into your tabletop. Letting that spine be nice and long. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let that heart shine with that next breath. Tailbone go up. Push that ground away. Curve that spine with that next breath. Continue at your own breath pace through your cat-cow flow. Playing with some additional movement side to side, forward and back. Maybe even flow a little bit with the music. Seeing where the breath guides you, where the body guides you. Knowing every time we come onto the mat, it looks a little different. So we embrace that beauty, that difference of each day, each movement, each moment. Even yourself out. Meeting back in neutral tabletop. Let's walk those hands forward. Let that heart melt down towards the mat. You're keeping those hips up into our puppy dog. That forehead might rest upon the mat, or if you need a pillow or a block underneath the head because that feels a little more comfortable, please do so. Breathe. Letting the shoulders, the back open here. Inhale, lift that chest on up. Walk those hands back underneath the shoulders. Breathe. Let's let the hands open out to the side. So those fingers are facing the long side of the mat. Both of the heels of the hands are facing each other. Breathe. Letting that right leg extend out nice and long behind you. Those toes are facing down. Breathe. Let the toes move on over towards the right. Seal that foot on down. Walk those hands up towards the body. Lifting that torso on up. I want you to open up those arms, open up that heart. Nice big heart opener. Inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand comes on down, left arm reaching over. With our next breath, we let that left hand come down, right arm comes up and over. Once more, let's lift up, right hand onto that right leg, left arm reaching up and over. Letting that whole side body of the left side open up here. Next breath, coming back over, left hand down, right arm over. If it feels nice to shift that weight into that left leg, lift that right leg and find a bind. I know it's pretty early on, but maybe you try it, see how it feels. Getting a stretch in front of that quad. Breathe. If you took that bind, gently release it, extend that leg nice and long, seal that foot back down. We're gonna let the hips go on back, hands coming forward, one-legged, child's pose. If this is a little too much, let that right knee come in, find that traditional child's pose. Rising back up, bring that right knee in to meet the left, back into that tabletop. This time we're gonna let the heels of the hands face forward if that feels okay. If it's a little too much strain on the hands, go ahead and stay on the side, or maybe you play with one hand back and one hand to the side and see how that feels. Breathing into any tight spaces. Shift that weight on over towards that right leg, left leg nice and long. Left toes are facing down. Let that spine be long. Breathe. Left foot reaching on over towards the left side. Seal that foot on down. Walk those hands in towards the center of the body. Lift that torso on up. Open up those arms wide like a big old hug. Feel that stretch in the front of the body. Left hand comes down onto that left leg, right arm reaches up and over. Next breath, right hand will come down, left arm reaches up and over. Switching sides, lifting that torso, left hand on that left leg, right arm up and over. Next breath, come back. If you liked it on the other side, lifting up that left leg, finding that bind. We're not even focusing so much on opening up the heart. We're just finding that stretch in the quad here. And breathe. Next breath, gently release that bind, extend that left leg, seal that left foot on down. Let the hips go on back, reach those hands forward, one-legged child's pose. Nice big inhales and exhales. Starting to feel a bit more ease in the body, maybe a little bit more ease in the breath. Next breath, we lift on up. Let that left knee come in to meet the right, back into our tabletop. Breathe. Nice big inhales and exhales. I want you to turn that head on over towards the left. Turn the head to center and on over towards the right. Once more to the left. And then to center, to the right. Come back to center. Tuck those toes under. Lift those hips up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Paddle out the feet. Start finding some movement here. Stretching behind the legs. Connect with that breath. Feeling that love, that worthiness radiate through the body. The joy of the body moving, of the shapes you're able to create, of the breath within you. Begin to still. Left foot stays grounded. Right leg will rise. And bend that knee, stack those hips. Reach that right knee up a little higher. Come back to center. Let's step that foot in between those hands, low runner's lunge. Left knee taps on down, untuck those toes. Inhale those arms on up. Feeling that heart open here. Embracing that courage, that strength it takes to feel that worthiness, to know that you are worthy, you are loved. Exhale those hands on down, frame that foot. Let the hips go on back, right toes up towards the sky. If it feels nice to walk those hands on over towards the right side for a bit of a twist, go ahead and do so. Come back to center if you took that twist. Bringing that weight back into that right foot. Let's tuck those back toes under. Lift that back leg. Right hand is coming down inside of that right foot. Let's seal that left foot on down. Left arm peels open, nice and slowly. Gaze can either be up or down. Knowing you can even be up on those fingertips if that hand isn't ready to be all the way down on the ground yet. Breathing into that right hip. Nice big inhales and exhales. Left hand will come down. Walk those hands along the left side of the mat. Start walking them all the way to the left toes. Bend that left knee, right toes up, Skandasana. And breathe. Walk those hands back towards that right foot, framing that right foot. Back toes revolve, low runner's lunge. Let's step that right foot back to meet the left, high plank. Let the knees come down. Chest and chin will come down. Keep those arms in close and towards the body. That tailbone is going to be lifted. Swoop that heart forward, baby cobra. As we exhale, we'll find our child's pose, pushing those hips back. Noticing this child's pose. Any differences? The softness of the body. As you're able to relax a little deeper. Just a few more breaths. Roll it back up, tabletop. Nice and long with that spine. Now I want you to let that right hand reach out to the side, up on those fingertips, and breathe. Reach that right hand up towards the sky. Exhale that right hand on down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it down. Last time, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Bring that right hand back in underneath that shoulder. Let's reach that left hand out on those fingertips. Breathe. Inhale, lift that arm up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Last time, let's inhale up. Exhale, down. Bring that left hand back in underneath that shoulder. Spine is nice and long, connecting with that earth beneath you. Tuck the toes under. Let's lift those hips, downward facing dog. Noticing this new round of downward facing dog. Is the body starting to feel a little looser? Are we feeling that love throughout the body? Next breath, left leg rises. Bend that knee, stack those hips. Let's reach that left leg up a little higher. Step that foot in between those hands, low runner's lunge. Right knee is coming on down, untuck those toes. Let's inhale those arms on up. Breathe. Feeling the courage it takes to be right here, right now, in this moment. Exhale those hands on down, frame that foot. Let the hips go on back, left toes up towards the sky. Drag that left heel. Option of twisting, walking those hands on over towards the left side for a bit of a twist. Breathe. Come back to center. Back into that left foot. Tuck the back toes under. Lift that back leg. Walking those hands on over towards the right side. Right toes are angling in. And you know what? We're walking them back. Left hand stays down next to that left foot. Seal that right foot on down. Right arm is reaching up high. And our extended side angle before we find that Skandasana. Let's breathe into this left hip. Nice big inhales and exhales. Few more breaths. Left hand is coming on, or right hand is coming on down. Start walking those hands now on over towards the right. Bend that right knee, shift that weight over. Left toes are coming on up, Skandasana. Nice big inhales and exhales. Just a few more breaths. Start making your way back on over towards those left toes. Bend that left knee. Right toes are facing the front along with the left. Stepping that left foot back to meet the right, high plank. Let the knees come on down. This time we're just letting the hips go on back into our child's pose. Breathing here, third round in this child's pose. Noticing that breath. Inhaling in acceptance. Exhaling out guilt. Inhaling in worthiness. Exhaling out fear. Inhaling in love and exhaling out love. Make our way back into that tabletop. Nice big inhales and exhales. Tuck the back toe or tuck the toes under. Lift those hips up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. This time we're lifting that right leg without stacking those hips. Reach that right heel up higher. And then step that foot in between those hands. Low runner's lunge. Inhale those arms all the way up into your crescent warrior. Nice and strong here. So we found that strength to lift up here. We were from courage, or we came from courage to strength. See how it's all connected. Feeling that love, that happiness in the body. As we exhale, let's open up into our warrior two, back foot sealing down. Bend to that right knee, arms are nice and long. We're gonna flow back and forth a little bit, or up and down, I should say. So as we inhale, we're gonna bring the hands to heart center, straighten that right leg. As we exhale, we're pushing that all back out. Inhale in, exhale out. Your breath pace. Almost like if you're moving energy here, feeling it all come to the heart. And as you push it on out, letting that love not only come within you, but feel as it embraces you around you. Feel that strength. Just a few more breaths. The next time those arms are out, keep them out. Those palms are still open, so it's like you're pushing between two walls. Let's exhale, right arm coming up overhead, left hand coming down onto that left leg. Back into that extended side angle. So that right hand might come all the way down, or if it feels more comfortable to rest upon that right leg, rest upon that right leg. Inhale, reach up high, straighten that right leg. Angle the right toes in, left toes are facing the back of the room. Open up those arms. Reach that left hand towards the back of the room as that right hip pushes for the front. Left hand drops down, right arm peeling open into your triangle. Breathe. Inhale, lift it on up. Warrior two, facing the back of the room. We're gonna step that right foot to meet the left, so we're facing the back of the room, hands at heart center. Let's reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, let them fall down to the side as we feel ourselves in our mountain pose here. Toes are nice and open. The feet are grounded. Let that heart open. Crown of the head reaching up high. Nice big inhales and exhales. Maybe feeling the warmness, the tingles of that love, that self-love radiating through the body. Knowing how worthy you are, how special you are, how loved you are. Inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, swan diving on over those legs. Fold on over. Come up halfway. Exhale over. Inhale, coming all the way back up to standing, reach up high. Let the hands come to heart center. We're stepping that left foot back, right knees bent. Reach those arms up high. Open up warrior two with that next breath. Inhale, moving those feet towards the front, facing the front. So bend in that left knee. Let those arms reach up high. Crescent warrior. Breathe. So we're working a little backwards here, knowing that we still get to the same place, even though our path is a little different. A few more breaths. Open up, warrior two. Bend in that left knee, right foot seals on down. Breathe. Now for these next pulses, we're still going to be straightening that left leg and bending that left knee. But this time, when we straighten, inhale in, I want you to let the arms come down and up, almost like a little butterfly. Open them back out. Warrior two. Inhale, bring them in, and maybe you crisscross each time a different way. Open it out. Your breath pace. So we're flowing like this beautiful butterfly, noticing that beauty within. And if it feels even nice to let the arms swing up nice and high before letting them come back into that butterfly, find those bigger circles. I want you to find that expression that feels best for you, for your body. Just a few more breaths, a few more movements. The next time you're out, open, stay open in that warrior two. Breathe. Flip that left palm up towards the sky, exhale that warrior. Right hand coming down, left arm painting the sky. Breathe. Exhale, left hand is coming down inside of that left leg. Right arm is coming up high. Extended side angle, or if you like that left arm on that left leg, let it rest there. But feeling the stretch here. Breathing into any tight spaces you're still holding on to. Inhale, rise it back up. Warrior two. Inhale those arms up overhead, straighten that left leg, angle the toes in, right toes are facing the front of the room. Opening up, warrior two, facing the front of the room. Breathe. Straighten that right leg, a little bit of a micro bend. Reach that right hand forward, left hip pushes back. Right hand will fall, left hand rises. Nice big inhales and exhales. Feel that space being created on that left side of the body. Gaze either up or down, whatever feels best for the neck. Feeling the strength of the muscles, but yet as they're strong, they soften. The pulling in and the shining out. Next breath, left hand is coming down. Revolve that back foot. Right hand is framing that right foot. Stepping that right foot back and reaching it up high. Step that foot on down. Left leg rises. Reach it up high. Step that foot in between those hands. Breathe. Let's bring that right foot up to meet the left. Relax on over those legs. If it feels nice to find a bind in those arms so those elbows are being held for a ragdoll, please do so. You're letting that torso be nice and heavy, whether you have a big bend in the knees or not a big bend, it's okay. I want you to feel as that torso is pulling down towards the earth, letting yourself become heavy here. But as you're heavy, you feel yourself being held. Nice big inhales and exhales. Release that bind. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale those hands down to heart center. Let those hands fall next to the body. Palms are open, toes are grounded, shoulders are away from the ears. Start focusing in on that breath if you lost it. Feeling the echoes of the body, almost like little love notes here in this mountain pose. Allowing yourself to hear these little love notes, these little affirmations. Three more breaths here. Inhale those arms up overhead with that next breath. Let those hands come down to heart center. We're going to shift our weight on over towards that left leg. The right foot becomes nice and light. Let's lift that leg, grab a hold of that right foot. So this might be where we are tonight. That's okay. That left hand might even be on the hip. Breathe. So just like when we were grounded, we're doing that same motion here, right? We're just up on our feet, but we're getting that quad stretch on that right quad. Breathe. If you want a little bit more, maybe you kick that foot into the hand. You're grabbing the inner part of that foot and lean on forward into your dancer. Once you're done playing, come back to center. Release that foot. Reach it long in front of you. Flex that right foot. Let it fall down. Wiggle out those legs. Shifting that weight now into that right leg. Right leg is nice and strong. Left leg becomes nice and light. Reaching for that foot with that left hand. Finding the stability here, the balance it takes. And then embracing that quad stretch. Letting those muscles relax. As the body finds some ease while the right side of the body is still doing work. If you want that dancer, kicking that foot into the hand, reach that right arm forward. Coming on back. Or releasing that foot. Wiggle it out. Heel toe the feet open. Make your way down into your yogi squat. If you need some cushion underneath the bum, please bring that cushion. Hands at heart center, pushing those legs into the arms into the legs. That spine is nice and long if it allows you to be. A few more breaths here. Coming down onto the bum. Left leg extending out long, right foot is tucking on in. Turn that torso on over towards that left leg. Let's reach those arms up high. Exhale, humbling on in. Each exhale might bring you a little deeper, or maybe you like finding some movement here. See what feels good, what feels nice, what your body needs today. Just a few more breaths here. Really feeling those inhales and those exhales. Inhale, lift it back up. Extend that right leg out nice and long. We're gonna bring that pelvis to neutral. It likes to kind of tilt this way. I want you to maybe have one hand in front, one hand behind, so you can find that neutral pelvis where everything's kind of down like in between a sandwich, I guess you can call it. Those toes are up, that spine is long. Reach those arms up high. Exhale, let those hands come down, whatever your edge may be. Maybe even play with pointing the toes rather than flexing, but keep them engaged one way or the other. Let them still work. You're still working both ways. And then letting the back round. Once you hit that spot where you're not doing too much effort, no extra effort, but just enough. Inhale, rise it up. Letting the hands come underneath the knees. Lift up those knees so the toes will meet into our butterfly. I have lots of butterflies tonight. Spine is nice and long. The heels of the feet might move in towards the center of the body. See how this feels. Inhale those arms up overhead. And as we exhale, that right hand is coming down. Let's reach that left arm over. Try to keep both of those sit bones down. Now as we exhale, we're swooping that arm forward. So you're gonna feel that back muscle on the left side doing some work here. Swoop it forward like you're moving water in a lake in the ocean. Let that left hand come down. Reach that right arm up and over. Breathe here. Keep those sit bones down. Nice big inhales and exhales. Now let's find our flowing butterfly. So right arm is coming down, sweep it forward, just like you're creating a ripple. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches over. Maybe you move a little quicker. Once you feel that motion, And I want you to let that back round when you create that ripple down below. So really almost like folding on over those legs before lifting that opposite arm up. A few more breaths, a few more movements. Even out. Meeting with both of those hands forward. Letting the body relax on down. Those knees might be up high. Maybe they were able to find themselves a little closer down towards the earth as you were moving that ripple. But letting that back around, allowing the torso to become heavy. Gently lift that torso on up. Maybe you interlace the big toe of the right toe with the peace fingers on that right hand to help extend that right leg out. Maybe you try it, you're like, no, that's not happening. Just release it. Left foot is tucking in, seated tree, opposite side. Turn that torso on over towards that right flexed foot, allowing the spine to stay nice and long. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, humble down. Noticing the difference on this side versus the other side. Is the body able to find a little bit more ease? And as the body finds ease, maybe we notice the mind as it begins to settle. Just a few more breaths. Gently lift that torso back up. We're extending both of those legs nice and long right in front of us. Maybe you wiggle them out a little bit. Spine is nice and long. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold, hinging from those hips. Nice big inhales and exhales. Eventually, maybe the belly finds less distance between the legs. Inhale, come on up. Adjust yourself along the mat. We're making our way down. So those hands are reaching forward just like they were when we were folded, except there's a lot of space everywhere. That chin tucks in just a hair. Keep those heels grounded as you make your way down onto your back. Nice and gently. Try to keep those heels connected with the earth. Taking your time as each part of the back makes its way down onto the mat, onto the earth. And once those shoulders touch down on the earth, I want you to let those arms reach long behind you. Big body stretch here. Allow the knees to come into the chest with that next breath. Nice big hug. Find a little bit of movement side to side to get a little massage on your back. Noticing if you're holding on to any tension, any tight spots. Trying to bring the breath to those areas. Let's grab the outer parts of the feet. Open up those legs into our happy baby. You might continue that movement side to side. Maybe you interlace the big toes with the peace fingers and extend one leg or extend both legs. Letting yourself be playful here. Maybe noticing any happiness in the body, any lightness, any space that has been created. That space that's been created to feel our worthiness, to feel that love. Welcoming in that love. All right. Start slowing down if you are finding movement side to side. Release the feet or the ankles. Let the soles of the feet come down towards the mat. Knees are facing up. Now, if it feels nice to find a bridge, letting the hands be alongside you, pushing those hips up towards the sky, do so. Otherwise, I just want you to kind of stay here with that back still grounded, just feeling the echoes of that happy baby. With everything that the legs have basically done. Staying strong, staying sturdy, staying connected with the earth. Being your roots, your constant. Forming the base of that love. If you are finding that bridge, allow the hips to come back down towards the earth. We're gonna let that right ankle cross above that left knee, create a figure four. And then let that right foot fall on over towards the left side. Right knee is facing up. Left hand might come to the inner part of the leg just to find the smallest of pressure to keep that right knee guided up towards the sky. Right arm might splay open, keeping those shoulders grounded. Still allowing that breath to be that anchor. To be like your roots. It's what holds you down to this present moment. What brings you back to the now. So you can appreciate this love, this worthiness radiating through the body, through the breath. Just a few more breaths here. Let's lift those legs back up. That left sole of the foot is down on the earth. Undo the legs. Maybe windshield wipers feel nice. And then eventually, keeping that right foot grounded, left foot becomes nice and light. Cross that left ankle above that right knee. Create that figure four. We're creating our base. Left foot is falling down on over towards the right side of the body. Right hand gently guiding that inner part of that left leg. Keeping that left knee up towards the sky. Let that left arm fall out. Shoulders are grounded. That heart is open. Breathe into this opposite hip. A lot of times we hold tension or feelings in our hips. So feelings might arise, and that's okay. Feelings that we didn't even know we had stored in. I want you to let those feelings come to surface. And I want you to remember that you are loved, that you are worthy, that you are seen. A few more breaths here. Maybe inhaling and exhaling that mantra with each breath. I am loved. I am worthy. I am seen. Feeling as that heart space opens with each breath you take. And 2 more breaths here. After that second breath, bringing that right knee back up towards the sky, grounding that right foot, undoing the legs. Maybe windshield wipers feels nice. Or you might even windshield wipe with those knees coming in. That sometimes feels nice for me. Maybe it feels nice for you too. Finding the movements that feel right for your body. And then if you need to find any final movements in order to feel your practice complete, allowing yourself that time, that permission to find those movements, whatever they are, whatever it may look like. It might have a name, it might not. But then eventually settling into the shavasana that works right for you. allowing the body to become heavy. Releasing any extra tension you might still be holding on to, any extra effort. The muscles will soften in the face, in the arms, in the back, in the legs. Allowing yourself to feel that embrace of the earth beneath you, the sky above you, and the heart within you. Allowing the body to start to feel lighter. Bringing more awareness into the breath and into the space around you. Inviting the gentle movements in the fingers and the toes. And bigger movements each time. Eventually letting the knees make their way into the chest. Giving yourself one last big hug. And then letting yourself fall on over either to the right or the left side, softly and gently. And taking a few moments here to come back to that intention that you said in the beginning of class, or maybe that reminder of worthiness, of happiness, and knowing that you deserve it every single moment. Making your way up to a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed or soft. Allowing the hands to come to heart center as we bow our head in gratitude. Grateful for this day, for this breath, and for this beautiful life that we're given. Thank you to each of you for sharing your practice with me. The light, the love, and the spirit of me humbly bows to the light, the love, and spirit in each of you. Namaste.